Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Miss Reyes, and I'm here to present AP seminar course and the summer assignment that goes along with it. So please excuse me. I'm recording this via Zoom. It was the best way I could figure to get this to everybody in such a short notice. And I'm going to go ahead and present this with a PowerPoint that I created. So let's get started. In the case of Miss Reyes versus the high school student at Jose Martinez. So first off, I'd like to give a background about myself. I've been teaching for, it's going to be over 13 years now. I've been teaching since 2010. Before that, I was a substitute teacher, teaching at Jose Marti since 2012, and I've been teaching seminars since 2016. My certification and education. Originally, I was a biology teacher. I miss it a lot, but I also fit a very particular niche for this school, which I'll explain in a little bit. Wanted to also tell you that there's annual testing for certification to be an AP Capstone teacher. I will explain the course and everything. But unlike a lot of other courses, there's 5-year steps. Every 5 years you recertify. For AP Seminar, it's annually. For AP Research as well, it's annually. And that those two classes combined create Capstone. In addition to that, I have a master's in public health. I have a heavy research background. That's what I did when I was in college and grad school. Why am I telling you this? Transparency increases credibility and accountability. I have a lot of people asking me, oh, why are we doing certain things? Or why do I have the certification to be assigning certain tasks and doing certain things? And just wanted to tell you my accountability and my credibility. I wanted to make it clear, make it transparent. And if you ever have any questions, go ahead and ask. In this PowerPoint, we're going to be talking about what is AP Capstone, why is it mandatory, my training and background, and the summer assignment will be explained. So what is the AP Capstone program? The AP Capstone program is a program that schools have to apply to be a part of. Okay, we started in 2016 and it was around, I think 3 years before that, it was being piloted in several different schools around the United States and the world. What the Capstone program is it comes from Cambridge. And to tell you the short story, it's a rigorous program that competes with interbaccalaureate or IB programs, and it competes with Cambridge programs. So we have Cambridge, we have IB, and we have Capstone programs. So to be a Capstone school means that you're going above advanced classes. You're starting to enroll and engage in college level courses. AP Seminar is the first year. It's intended to be the first foundational AP course that you take. That will give you a jump into what AP Research is. And then you take an additional 4 AP exams and you complete what is known as the AP Capstone Diploma. If you attempt the Capstone program and don't pass with a score of a 3 or higher, then you can earn what is known as the AP Seminar and Research Certificate, which both of those things earn you different things. They translate to things in college. Number one, college credits. Number two, it can translate into money. Number three, it could translate into enrollment in certain programs. It really depends on the school, the college that you go to after high school. So the AP Capstone Diploma program is a college level program based on 2 courses, as I said, AP Seminar and AP Research. They complement and enhance discipline-specific AP courses. My course is not content-based, it is skill-based, and it's supposed to help with all other AP classes. The program gives students a chance to practice core academic skills and increase their value to colleges. The ability to think independently, write effectively, research, collaborate, and learn across disciplines is essential for a success in college. Students who earn scores of a 3 or higher in AP Seminar and AP Research and 4 additional AP exams of their choosing receive the AP Capstone Diploma. This signifies their outstanding academic achievement and attainment of college-level academic and research skills. Students who earn scores of 3 or higher in both AP and seminar, but not an additional 4 AP classes, can receive the certificate. And that can still earn you things later on in your academic career. For example, if you get a 2 in an AP course, or if you have the AP seminar research certificate, which means that you didn't pass all of the classes with 3 or higher, you can get off a wait list. You can still earn things later on in your college career. So that in a nutshell is what the AP Capstone program is at the school. Now let's talk about the AP Seminar tasks. AP Seminar is a class that you're taking next year. AP Research is an optional course. It is the next course. So here we have the 3 tasks, the 3 main assignments that you're going to have for the entire year. And they go from increasing level of difficulty. So they start small and easy, and they work up to more intense work. They're called the tasks. So there's task 1, task 2, and task 3. Task 1 is a team project. You have about 3 months to do it. And my help. Okay. There's a paper involved and a presentation. The paper is about 3 pages long, double spaced. The second, let's do around February. The second task, which happens after the first task is done, is a completely individual project. It's due April 30th. That is a universal deadline across the world for task 2. It's a 6-page paper this time. You are mandated at least 30 in-class days for it. So now it's a bigger paper and you have less time to do it. It's engineered that way. Now, from what you learned about task 1, you're supposed to transition those skills over to task 2. You still have my help, but now you don't have the help of your team. And then the final task is task 3. It's a 2-essay series. It's an actual AP exam that happens in May. I can't be there. Nobody can help you. You have 2 hours to complete 2 essays. There's a lot of creativity and short time involved. So everything you learned from task 1 and task 2, now they kind of throw you into a room. They take away the internet, they take away everything, and they're like, make a prompt and write an essay, and they give you some stimulus material. So they kind of give you the references and you have to work backwards. I will explain and train and do everything we need to do to get you prepared for that exam. So don't worry, but these are the 3 main assignments that we have for the entire year and the due dates for them. Oh, the big question I get every year is, why is this class mandatory at Jose Marti? I'm going to tell you the story. I've been here for a long time. Jose Marti Mass is a math school because of, I'm sure you know, it's in the name, math and science technology. Now, part of the agreement for our school to be certified and maintain certification as mass was to have research classes. Now, we used to have mandatory research classes from grade 6 all the way to grade 12. Then AP Seminar happened. It was created. So the college board created it. And we had an assistant principal that made an agreement with the district that said, look, we want to get rid of having these research classes 11th and 12th grade. Can we get rid of them if we make AP Seminar mandatory in 10th grade? So it's like a accumulation of all of the research classes that you've taken. And in 10th grade is kind of like your final project. So AP Seminar is a mandatory research class for that reason. And then in 11th and 12th grade, it's completely optional. You don't have to take a research course anymore unless you want to take AP Research. Remember, to take AP Research, you have to pass seminar. So it depends on your interests. It depends on whether or not you passed. So that's important to know. But that's the background story in a nutshell of why it's mandatory here. I know that some people aren't ready or don't want to take this course. I'm fully aware of that. Just understand this course is going to teach very, very basic research skills that will translate, will move on for the rest of your life in college and beyond. These are very foundational skills. For example, one of them is to just how to use Google effectively. That's one of the main things that I teach. How to craft a sophisticated argument, both written and verbally. So basic stuff. And the topics can be anything the students want to choose. So I'm teaching skills, not content. The content, what they're writing about, the students get to choose themselves. So it's anything that they're interested in. I hope that explains why it's mandatory here. I know sometimes you hear rumors that it's not going to be mandatory this year or it is going to be mandatory another year. It's mandatory because we are a capstone school. We are a rigorous school, and research is a class that you have to take anyway. So we have it here. Other schools replace AP Seminar for an English course. So instead of taking your 10th grade English course, you take AP Seminar. That's something that I've seen at other schools. We are a unique school in this respect that we replace it with an elective research course. If you have any other questions about this or want a little bit more detail and juice to the story, you can always email me or ask me in class. So this is a short video. I'm going to go ahead and play it during this presentation. You can find it online. I have the links below to a bunch of videos, a bunch of brochures, a bunch of informational stuff about the program. If you want more information, here are the resources for it. So it's not just coming from me. I got all this information. In fact, I read some of it straight off of some of these brochures. To get onto the topics that we're going to be covering. Now, I know this can be a place of worry for some parents, so I wanted to really clear up the group topics that I'm going to be focusing on next year, and then the individual topics that you can focus on. So AP Seminar gives students the opportunity to develop and practice skills in research and effective communication through speaking and writing. During the course, all students will investigate a wide variety of real-world issues, write essays, and design and give presentations. Unlike other AP courses, AP Seminar doesn't just conclude with a traditional AP exam. We have the other performance tests as well. Those are the first and second tasks that we already went through. This year, group topics will focus on health, AI, arts, and the environment. You can monitor all of the different topics that I'm going to be talking about via my Twitter feed, which I will, and my hashtag Capstone questionworthy 2023. I will explain that in more detail when we go over the summer assignment. And here's just a sample of how AP Seminar topics are interdisciplinary with all the other AP topics. You can get ideas from any of these places for your research essays. So briefly, I want to talk about my capstone training. Again, I said that I get tested annually. Unlike any other advanced basic course, is annual testing where I have to pass tests and maintain certification. I attend all professional development. I'm well versed in AP Capstone. I've been doing it for a long time. Here are some quick guides that you can go and click on. And these are guides where it details my responsibilities, the school's responsibilities, the deadlines, tests, everything like that. So it's right here at your fingertips. I'm also an AP reader. Now that gives me a very, very deep understanding of not only how to administer the course, but I work for the College Board over the summer grading all of these tests, and I've graded everything from AP Seminar to AP Research to all of the different performance tasks in AP Research and Seminar. Here's a sample of my certification, my research experience. So I've been doing research ever since I started college. My undergraduate field research experience included spending an entire summer with the Yagua Indians it's an indigenous tribe in the Peruvian Amazon. And my research was focused on women's health perceptions. And this is a picture of me when I was conducting my research. We also worked really closely with different groups going over there to bring school supplies. And this is one of the classrooms that I worked with when I was there. Graduate research. I worked with vitamin D. So I worked on two big projects. One of them was with the University of Miami and the other one was with FIU. I worked with Dr. Clyde B. McCoy, who's the department chair of epidemiology, at UM, and we worked on to what extent are low vitamin D blood levels correlated with to depression amongst Alaskan natives. I remotely worked on this. I did not go to Alaska for this one. Light therapy and supplementation for the treatment of vitamin D deficiency is a systematic review protocol that I worked on with this is my graduate research thesis. I've worked at it at FIU where I graduated. So here's a sample graduate assignment. This is an actual assignment I had, and it is what AP Seminar is all about. So it's about accessing information. It's about formulating research, and showing you this assignment, you actually click on it and open it up to get the full assignment. And if you look right here, it says you do not need to submit this assignment. You just need to know how to do all of these things in order to be successful in this course. And this is the type of stuff that we do in AP Seminar. And I just wanted to draw that bridge between this is a college course, you're doing college coursework and you're getting college credit because eventually it's going to be something you need to do in the future. So, success and published work. I did publish one letter to the editor. Very excited about that. In 2014, I was really excited about that. And you can access it here. Me and 3 other colleagues worked on it. I'm also really proud to exhibit some of my students' published research. So yes, I've had one student so far at Jose Marti Mass actually publish their research paper. I hope to get more students to do this. It is a difficult process. It's a lengthy process. And I have right here, Miseo Prieto did publish his work. You can click on the link and access his work. I'm listed as a colleague. All I did was advise. I also attended Hogwarts, so just in case you were wondering, it's my official pictures. My interests, so as a human being outside of school, I have 4 kids, a blended family. I love to mountain bike. I have 3 dogs, and I love to kayak. So if you were wondering who Miss Ray is outside of this, I am a mom. I'm a bonus mom, and I like to do all things outdoors. Moving back to AP 7. This is the part where everybody's really excited about. The summer assignments. So there are several components to the summer assignment that I'm going to be going over, and they correlate very, very much with all of the standards that align with what this course is aimed to teach you. So the framework of the class. So I'm asking everybody to get a Twitter account. You don't actually need to have one to access my Twitter feeds. We're going to be rating media bias. We're going to be talking about credibility, APA style, current events, and we're going to be creating a Venn diagram. So those are the things that we're going to be going over. Now, the Twitter account aligns with certain standards because authors express their ideas and perspectives through their works in different ways. Media bias, not all arguments are equal. We have credibility. Determining the credibility of a source requires considering and evaluating the work in all of its form. You'll find that on the summer assignment as well. APA style. There needs to be a consistent way of quoting and citing the authors that you use in your paper. So we follow and adhere to certain styles. The current events. So personal interests and intellectual curiosity have to come from somewhere, and they have to be relevant and topics that are going on today. So we can't really talk about a solved problem of 50 to 100 years ago. It has to be relevant, which means that it's happening now. And that's where the course kind of leads to, although I have seen people do projects on older problems and how they relate to today's problems. So sort of drawing a timeline correlation there, that is possible. And I'm asking everyone to do a Venn diagram, and that's going to lead to a skill that we learn later called synthesizing. So here's all of the standards aligned to my summer assignment. And here it is, the infamous summer assignment. So there's a couple of things I want to clarify here. Although the summer assignment looks long and arduous, it's not. At the core of it, it's 3 current events. And if you don't know how to do it, it's detailed in the assignment. You can go ahead and click on, and when I show this PowerPoint, you can click on this and it'll take you there. It's got tips in it, it's got tricks in it, it has a lot of recommendations. So the first thing I recommend is that you follow me on Twitter. If you're not allowed to have a Twitter account, which I understand, my children aren't allowed to have social media right now either. I mean, albeit they're 10 and under, but if you're not allowed to have a social media account, you can still just search me up, my handle, and then it'll take you to all of my posts. And my posts are monitored by everybody at the school, by the principal, by your parents, and everything sort of can be um, in one place and we're all on the same page, right? Transparency is important. So you can just simply search up my handle and find that. Another problem that I've heard people sort of having issues with is me making you listen to the radio. If it's a suggestion that you listen to NPR, it's great programming. But if you don't agree with me, you don't have to listen to it. The test topics and the current events that are going to be part of our group discussion are simply going to come from the hashtag Capstone question worthy Twitter posts. And they're going to be focused on AI, focused on health, focused on the environment, and art as well. There's actually a writer's strike going on right now that I find very interesting. The last time it happened was in 2007. And so kind of analyzing different things going on right now and bringing that to the discussion table, everything will just be there. But it's my duty to encourage you to try to follow current events and to start figuring out what way works for you, whether that's through podcasts, whether that's through NPR, print news, whatever it is good for you. In this document, I also give media bias chart so that you can check to see whatever it is you're following, where it falls on the bias chart. All reporting and all news comes with a certain amount of bias. Gauging it is something that we're going to learn in this class, and just reporting on that. You're going to be engaging with your media in a more sophisticated manner, and just acknowledging bias is really important, and it leads to better argumentation. So I hope that clears up some of the core problems. There's 3 current events. How to do that is this here. And then there's a Venn diagram and some credibility tests that you have to do. But I think the biggest concern here was with a lot of people, like you had to listen to this. You had to, I mean, a lot of this are their recommendations and their tips. And they're things that I would love for you to start engaging with and doing on a daily basis. But if it's not your cup of tea, or if it's something that you just feasibly can't do, that's okay. At the very least, please just follow my retweets. They're 200-character summaries of articles. If I shared the articles on a Schoology school group, the odds of everyone reading them are really low. If I retweet something and it has a 200-character summary, engagement, I'll have more engagement. So that's why I've chosen Twitter. That's why Twitter has worked for me in the past. I know that there's mixed feelings about Twitter right now, especially in the past year since Elon Musk is in control of it. But for right now, it's the best thing I have to get the most engagement. It's a lot easier to read a 200-character summary than a 5-page article. And I just want people to be aware of the issue, not deeply aware, and it makes classroom discussion happen faster. And then we can get more into more detailed and things as students have their own interests and want to read about something more that they want to read about. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening. See you next year.